Hi everyone, so this tutorial is going to be the much requested red lip tutorial, except that this is going to be a more affordable red lip starring the number 13 lipstick by Makeup Academy, which is their red one, and I just thought it would be a kind of fun idea to have a much more affordable red lip. So as you can see, it's a kind of very classic warm toned red lip, which I've just smushed, but nonetheless, it'll work fine for us. I'm going to start by applying some primer, and the primer I'm going to use is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And the reason I've chosen this is because it's, The reason I've chosen this is because it really kind of helps control the shine, and we want a very kind of matte, flawless skin for this tutorial. So I'm going to start by applying it down the centre of my face and working it outwards. And if any of you are wondering what I'm wearing on my nails, it's Very M's Indigo. So, got the primer applied, and I'm now going to move on to foundation. And the foundation I'm going to use is something I haven't used before. So it's my first time using this product. So you'll have to let me know if you like it or not. And it's the Estee Lauder Doublewear Light. I went to the Estee Lauder counter yesterday and I got a sample of Doublewear and of Doublewear Light. And I'm going to go for Doublewear Light first, I think. So I've got a little bit on my hands, and the shade that I am in this is, I don't know where it says that. Never mind, I'll put it in the description box. So I'm going to start by applying this all over the skin. It's very kind of nice and smooth. I think the shade might be a bit light for me. I'm using a flat foundation brush. This is one of the Blush Professional brushes. Apply a little bit over the eyelids as well, because we want to have a really flawless complexion, because the red lipstick can kind of bring out any red tones you may have in your skin. So foundation on, I really like this actually. It gives a really nice finish. So foundation on, I'm going to move on to some concealer, using the Avon Anew concealer, just under the eye area. Make sure you conceal anything that needs concealing, because like I said, red lipstick can tend to kind of highlight your flaws, and nobody wants that. So I've blended the concealer, the Avon concealer in shade Fair. And I'm now just going to quickly powder the skin. I'm going to use the Rimmel Silky Loose Powder, because you all know how much I adore this powder. It's kind of the only powder I'll use, really. So I've applied powder. Now I'm going to move on to brows, because brows are such an important part of this look, because I think when you have such a strong lip, you really need to balance it out with a good brow. So I'm going to just brush my brows up and fill them in with a matte brown shade. I'm using the matte brown shade by Benefit, but you can use whichever matte shade you like to use to fill in your brows, or if you use a pencil. So just make sure your brows are really, really perfect, because you really want that kind of balance with the lip. And just brush it out. And to make it look even more flawless, I'm going to apply some clear mascara onto the brows, and I'm using the Makeup Academy clear mascara. I'm going to apply it on the brows just to kind of hold them in place and make them look really, really flawless. You might think this is a bit of a strange idea, but try it. It really, really works. And something like the Makeup Academy one is fine. You know, you don't need an expensive one or anything. This works just fine. I'm now going to move on to eyes, and I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked palette for this. And I'm going to hardly use anything on the eyes. I'm going to use some of this shade right here, which is called Virgin, and some of the shade called Sinister, and maybe a little bit of Naked, which is this one right here. So on a fluffy brush, I'm just going to take Virgin all over the lid, up till the brow bone, just to kind of really get a really pretty kind of light effect, just as our base shadow. On the same brush, I'm going to use some Sinister and just pop that all over the kind of outer half of the eye, like so, because it just adds a really nice shimmer, and it's a kind of taupey grey colour, like so. I'm going to leave the eyes at that. Actually, I'm going to put plenty of mascara because we want it to be a really kind of pretty wearable look, so you don't want to kind of pile on too much and then you'll feel like you're really overdone what with the eye makeup as well. I'm going to use the Rimmel Day to Night mascara with some, I'm going to use the volume side first because you do want quite a lot of lashes going on. So if you can see that right there, I've kind of really built it up. And I'm going to do another coat. And there we go. On the other eye, I'm going to do the same. And another coat. I'm going to take a little bit under the eyes. But really a tiny amount. So that's the eyes done. That's simple. You want to keep them really neutral and really day appropriate, because the lips are coming next. Now with red lipstick, you want to make sure your lips are super moisturised first of all. You don't necessarily need a lip brush, but it can definitely help if you want to use a lip brush. I am going sorry, I didn't mean a lip brush. I'm really confused. If you want to use a lip liner, you can, but it's not something that you have to do. I'm not going to use a lip liner because I'm going to use a lip brush instead. So just get any lip brush that you own. I'm using one by Blush Professionals, and I'm just going to start layering on the product. And this lipstick is really creamy, so it is quite nice. And once you start layering the colour on, you want to start kind of penciling in the shape with lip liner, with the lip brush. I'm going to show you how. You start from the Cupid's bow. And don't worry if it's not perfect, because we're definitely going to go in and kind of do a bit more shaping. So you've got the kind of initial shape down and you look like a complete moron. And then you can start filling it in. And then all you need to do is start perfecting the shape. So you can do it with your fingers, you can do it with a Q-tip. If you're doing it on someone else, obviously do it with a Q-tip, but if it's just you, then it works perfectly with fingers. And I'm now just going to keep layering the colour in the centre of the lips. And I do think that this is a pretty universal shade that would suit plenty of people, because it's quite kind of neutral toned. It's not necessarily a very red orange, but it's not a very cool toned orange either. It's just a really, really nice shade. Now you want to just really, really make sure you've got perfect shape. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit of bronzer. No blush, you want to keep it really, really minimalistic. So I'm applying a little bit of the L'Oreal Glam Bronze bronzer just on the apples of my cheeks instead of blush, to kind of make it look more alive. And you can use some highlighter, which I'm definitely going to do. And I'm using the Famous by Sue Moxley highlighter in Bale. Just on the high points of my cheekbone, and maybe down my nose a little bit too, just to kind of liven it up a little bit. And there we go. So if you want to request any other kind of looks and that kind of thing, definitely let me know, and I'll do my best to provide. My hair, if you're wondering, is just, I used some big curling tongs on it. In fact, I used these. They're the Tony & Guy 38mm curling tongs. So I just used them kind of very lightly on it, just for quite messy. But just felt like a bit of a change. So yeah, that's my red lip tutorial, affordable red lip tutorial, considering the main part of this makeup, which is the red lip, was £1, which I think is pretty amazing, £1. And it's a really, really lovely lipstick. Makes me want to go and kind of check out a few more of the Makeup Academy lipsticks actually. But yeah, if you've got any other requests or recommendations, then definitely put them in the description box below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.